What is going on, everyone? I hope you're all doing well. Today we have some rather alarming news to cover, as the recent news that has come out concerning the Chinese and U.S. trade war could see the price of electronics raising substantially in the very, very near future, and it could seriously impact the prices of any computer parts that you could be looking to pick up across the board for your next gaming PC or your next PC upgrade. But first, today's video is brought to you by 0and9.com, where you could save money on PC games for all of your favorite platforms like Steam, Origin, Uplay, and more, as well as software like Windows 10 Pro or Microsoft Office Pro 2016. And if you use the code JOKERW at checkout, you can save 22% off your copy of Windows, which would bring the price down to $12.47, or you could use the code JOKER-S at checkout, where you can save 10% on the entire website for anything you pick up over there. Please check out the link down in the description below. Now, I think it goes without saying that a lot of this, can be taken one side or the other, as there's a lot of politics involved with it, but I'm going to do my best to stay away from any sort of political arguments one way or the other. I really just want to cover this story kind of down the middle for people that are interested in purchasing computer parts, because that's really what most of us are here to discuss. It's what I'm here to discuss. It's why the reason most of you watch me is so that we could talk about PC gaming hardware. And this news story is going to affect all of us, not just Democrat, Republican, whatever. It's going to affect anyone in America that wants to buy computer parts. So that's the point that I'm coming at this, not trying to get political in any way whatsoever. So for some of you that may not be as informed, there has been a huge trade war going on between the US and China since the Trump administration took over back in January of 2017. And this is going to be the second round of tariffs or taxes that has been released by the Trump administration for very specific products that will be raising the taxes on them by up to 25%. And you guessed it, computer parts are going to be one of the biggest things impacted by this, in a list of 279 products. This was published over on the CNN website. They've got a full story worked up on all of this, but the list of parts is in a huge document. You can go through the entire thing if you want to, but the ones that are really going to be of particular interest to us are the electronics. So these ones right here are kind of the main ones that stand out: electronic integrated circuits, processors and controllers, memories, amplifiers, others, integrated circuits, and microassemblies. So basically everything that you would ever see in a computer if the parts are coming from China, which, by the way, pretty much all of the computer parts come from China. So this could seriously impact the cost of your next build or upgrade significantly. I mean, 25% is nothing to sneeze at. If you're looking at buying, let's say the new GTX 1180 launches, and hypothetically it cost $500. That part would now cost $625, and that's at the retailer level. That's before we even start seeing a sales tax implemented on top of that. So you're talking about $625 plus an additional like 6, 7, 8%, whatever the sales tax happens to be in your city or state. And before the end of it, you're looking at what should be a $500 graphics card costing you closer to something like $700, just because of the sales tax, because of the big dick measuring war going on between China and the U.S. And the U.S. is not implicit in this. China is just as guilty as we are, though from what I understand, it seems like we kind of started this whole thing. But China is definitely doing the same thing as well, implementing taxes on a lot of the goods that are coming over to them from the United States as well. So this is impacting them. It's impacting us. At the end of the day, really the only people that are kind of losing in all of this is the consumer, is you and me, people that want to actually go out and spend hundreds of dollars in many instances on computer hardware. Obviously, this list extends far beyond just computer hardware. It also lists things like motorcycles, speedometers, antennas, and this is all taking place. This isn't like way far in the future, like we're going to stop this anytime soon. This is going to kick off on August 23rd. We're talking like 2 weeks away from now. There's going to be a 25% increase on computer parts across the board if they're coming from China, which, as I said, is basically all of them. Now, they could do some sort of bypass. They could maybe ship the products to another area, maybe Taiwan, and then send them from Taiwan here to the US as a way of kind of circumventing that and getting around it. But even that is going to add on some additional shipping costs, which could affect the bottom line, and as a result, raise the prices on computer parts in general, still at the end of the day. So Either way, it looks like we're going to see a price increase, and that's only for the companies that are willing to take that risk of sending them over to Taiwan and then sending them to the U.S. after the fact. So that's going to involve a whole bunch of other stuff on the back end for them. And I have to imagine that the cost is going to be passed on to us at the end of the day, on top of just whatever this cost is for the taxes if they are coming directly from China. So I'm really not too sure what we can kind of do about this. I just heard about this and it's like, this is bad news for everyone, man. If you're looking to buy a computer, like, I don't know how many companies are going to be able to get around this. So maybe before August 23rd, if there was something you were maybe on the edge of your seat waiting to purchase, you might want to go ahead and pull the trigger now, because you might end up paying about 25% more for it in just a couple of weeks' time for no other reason other than, we're trying to kind of control the trade war between the United States and China. Hopefully I stayed away from the politics part of this. That's really what I wanted to try to do. I don't want to put blame on really one side or the other. It's, it kind of is what it is right now, and you can kind of read into it yourself based on your own political beliefs, which I'm sure a lot of people will. And leave that down in the comments below. As always, I'm sure a lot of people will want to discuss this and give their feedback one way or the other, because I'm sure there can be arguments made for both sides of the fence, whichever side you happen to sit on. I know where I sit. Not going to go into that, but, leave it down below in the comments. Discuss it with your fellow peers, and I do look forward to reading through those. I'm sure there'll also be some pretty heated debates on this particular topic, as anytime politics is involved. But be nice to your neighbors. Be nice to everyone. Be kind. Rewind. And so forth. I'm going to go ahead and get out of here, guys. Look forward to the discussion. Don't forget to drop a like on this video down below if you enjoyed it or learned something new. Subscribe if you're not already, and ring the notification bell. That way you never miss a moment of content in the future here on the channel, where we will continue to try to avoid politics as much as possible. And I will see you all tomorrow for another video. Tara.